the state of our international team. I'm probably going to go into a bit of a rant here because, like a lot of England fans, I'm becoming very, very despondent with the way that things are going, with the direction that our team are heading in. We've got pretty much a substandard group of guys leading from the top at the head of the FA. At the moment they're trying a new thing where they've opened up the School of Excellence and they're starting out youth football. We're going to try and introduce a bit more skill into the youth game in order for it to work its way up into the senior game in time. About 30 years too late, seeing as we've really not done anything for probably the past 50 years, then, you know, I guess something's got to change at some point. They've picked a manager in Roy Hodgson who couldn't be more disappointing, really. His teams are very well organised. It's not very exciting to watch. You know, they're very tight, defensive, well set up. Okay, you don't need to hear that, yeah, if you're an England supporter. What is the point in putting out a team who are going to be playing like the Italians of old back in the 80s? Yeah, even the Italians have realised, yeah, that now is the time to stop all this defensive nonsense, okay, and actually go out and attack teams and go at them. If you look at the way that Italy battered us in the Euros, and let's be fair, even though it was 0-0 and they won on penalties, they battered us. We were awful, yeah. At the end of it, I can imagine that Roy Hodgson would have been very happy with the way we kept our shape and defended like heroes. But I'm sorry, it's not enough, okay? I have no faith in Roy Hodgson. I have no faith in the players that he picks, okay? He seemed determined to basically just leave out any remnant of skill in order for players with a good engine, yeah, functional. James Milner, functional. Scotty Parker, functional. Okay, nobody with skill, pace. What got me really was the fact that we had the likes of Theo Walcott, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who he actually started, if you all remember, against France. Yeah, and he was actually one of our best players against France. I mean, we had the French. The French were running scared of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, okay? And yet he dropped him for the rest of the tournament, brought him on for a couple of games for a few minutes here and there. But would he start him? Hell no. James Milner, you know, Ashley Young, who was having a nightmare. Yeah, every single game, Ashley Young was terrible out on the left. And yet he can't see that. Yeah. That is just totally beyond me. I cannot understand that for love nor money. When you have options, Spain had options and they used them all. The Italians had options, they used them. You know, they weren't afraid to drop a player like Balotelli or substitute, you know, a Cassano, yeah, in order to make way if things weren't going well on the pitch. Okay? But we're scared to drop anybody who's a big name player. Yeah, and that is our downfall. That is where we lack the winning mentality, because we're not willing to do what is necessary to win a tournament. We never have been, to be fair. Yeah. If I had my way, John Terry and Frank Lampard would never have been in an England team probably past the World Cup in 2006. Yeah, and we're talking about, you know, all you Chelsea boys out there. I know what you might be thinking. You know, you're going to be like, oh, what does he know about football? But I ask you, what do you know about international football? Yeah, just because your players can do it in the Champions League and the Premiership, it doesn't necessarily make it.